Parshos Trumah. Parshos HaMishkan. There is a machlokes between Medrashim. It's not related to the Haggadah and Rashi. Most of the Haggadahs and Rashi Chumash are written by the Mashal. Anyway, there are two shittas in Chazal, whether Parshas Trumah and Tetzaveh was said before the Chet HaEgel, because the Chet HaEgel came somewhere in between the Tzivah of the Mishkan and the Asiyas HaMishkan, the way it's Mesuda in the Torah, Trumah Tetzaveh, and then Chet HaEgel, Kisisa, then Vayachal Pekudei, or not. Even the Tzivah in Trumah Tetzaveh is after Chet HaEgel, and maybe a result of Chet HaEgel. Why the Torah was Masada this way? The Torah was Masada right after the Parshas Mishpatim, the Smichos, we'll see why. Rashi assumed that way, that Parshas Trumah was said after Chet HaEgel. Sipun and the Parshas Yisrael is marked that way. And most of the Medrashim, this week's Parsha, also assumes that way, that the Chet HaEgel was before Parshas Trumah and Tetzaveh. Rashi tak at the end of Parshas Mishpatim, by the Parsha from Hini Aleichem Sholech Malach, Rashi said, Kam Biselahem Shasidim Lachtoi. So there's already a remez that there's going to be a chet before the Parsha of Trumah Tetzaveh. According to Chazal, there was talking the Chet HaEgel was before. If not for Chet HaEgel, the Mishkan would have been on a different system. Sippurim says the whole Machne Yisrael would have been Mishkan, not just a limited place. Zayakah says it would have come down at Losset Lovei, Eish Ben HaShamayim. We're going to assume divided this way that Trumah Tetzaveh was said the Etzem after the Chet. Not so much of the pieces, Mesuda according to the ears, not according to the Parsha. First piece first. Tov Reish Lamed Aleph, first year of the Sassanis. The Rashi brings from Chazal that Niskashu Moshe b'Menorah, V'her Eloi Hashem Yisbarach. Moshe had a problem. Marash had to more b'Hor, he had to be shown the Menorah. Yachekach Ksiv, afterwards it says, Shenasis Me'atzma. When it was made Me'atzma, Miksha Te'osa Menorah, Rashi says. It became, everybody asked, but the text also is probably more or less what everybody said. But today, you say this to the Nukud and Avodah. It became Loma Heraloi. For what purpose did the Eibush to show it to Moshe Rabbeinu if anyway he's safe called safe, it was made me'atzmo? Moshe Rabbeinu had to see it. Ach, ki al yidei ha'rotzen ha'odom, the leiv ha'nefesh be'emes, the ikim that a person could do b'chlal is rotzen. So it's abolished many times. It's the rotzen ha'odom, the person has a rotzen, a desire, believe in nefesh be'emes, then the Eibush to finish it. Nigma Hashem. Masha Eli Yochel Lasos. Nasa me'atzma. Then it becomes Nasa me'atzma. V'zeh Masha Omu, Rashi in the Rosh Chazal, that the Eibush said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashterch le'er. Throw it into the fire, and it will be made me'atzma. But the Chatchila, the Rotzim can only be there, if you see what it is. The Eibush had to show Moshe Rabbeinu what it's all about. Then he had to murder the Rotzim, and then, once the Rotzim is there, kind of an abstract Rotzim. Came with the whole mitzvah, the whole Ish Yisrael. Ki vadai ein bekoyach Adam lasis ritzoni Yisbarach. It's not bekoyach Adam to do with perfection the Rotzim of the Eibush. Rak, kefi rotzen ha'odam, I'll call upon him. If a person has a rotzen to do the best, nigma me'atzma, then the Eibush is mashtam for him. ומכל מקום הגמר בו גם כן על ידי רצון האדם. Without רצון האדם, the Gemara wouldn't be there. So it's called that the person completed the zach, because his רצון made it. וזה שהרו לו לידע מכוון ורצוני יזבח. You should know what Eibishter wants to be made. על ידי שרוצה לעשות רצוני יזבח. Since he wanted to make the Ratzon Hashem, Rak Shehoya Lamala Mikoyach Adam, it was beyond human koiches to make such a thing. That's the vote. He had to see it. If he wouldn't see it, it wouldn't have happened. If he saw it and it was mistake to make it, then the Eibusha said the rest. Hashlich L'er. And he says, we had this before already, Al Masha, Omru, Chazal, Gemol Megillah, Yogati Umatzasi. Yogati Umatzasi, then he could believe it. So he asked the Kasha. The two things don't go together. Yogati doesn't end up with Matzasi. Matzasi is used when something is found by Hesach Hadas. He wasn't looking for, you don't go looking for Metzias. He happened to be walking in the street and something came his way. He saw something, picked it up. That's a mitzvah. But how does it go together with your gati? V'diktei ki mitzvah behetzach hadas. U'masha bo yedei yegia loma nikra mitzvah. So Chidush Rim says, Ach mi yochel limtzeh ha'emes al yedei yegiyasa. Could your yegia really get to you to the emes? How much yegia a person is going to put in? He still can't get to the absolute emes. In the end, to get the whole thing, he's going to have a matana, mitzvah, from the Eibishter. The person has to put in yegiyah. But what he's getting is not lefi yegiyosai. Lefi yegiyosai, he can never get that. Because the Torah is beyond. V'chein ksiv v'moshe, acha shehoya mem yoim b'shamayim, Lechem lo yochal, achikach sivayitin al Moshe, because we managed matonim nitnaloi. Even though he says he worked very hard, mem yoim lo yochal lo yishasa, he didn't sit and relax and he wait for the matana. He put in the whole yegiyah, then one could get a matana, but the yegiyah is necessary. Same thing over here, the yegiyah of trying to grasp what the menorah is all about, that was necessary. Then it's te'asa ha'menorah. Because Sarti, he doesn't go into an arichas because that's some basic nekuda he wrote other places already. Fine. Gemara, La'Hashem ha'oretz u'maloya. Gemara in the beginning of Keitzad Mevorchen. Gemara brings a stira. In one pasuk it says La'Hashem ha'oretz u'maloya. In one pasuk it says, we just said it in Howl again, Ha'oretz nasan livnei Adam. Kan koydem bracha, kan la'acha bracha. So it says in the Gemara. And the Gemara says, V'hanene b'li bracha, moya. It's not even, it's mashmitz not an igala to either. Hanene b'li bracha is a gather of me'ila. You're taking something that doesn't belong to you. It's gzela, me'ila. Ha'oretz nasan livnei Adam is la'acha bracha. So steht in der Gemara. Uve'emes yesh kedusha b'chol davar. In everything there's kedusha. Shehu koyach hapoyel. That's the koyach of the Eibishter. The Eibishter created the world, and everything was created by the Eibishter. There's the koyach hapoyel, so there's kedusha in everything. V'rak al yidei ha'bracha. Sheyodea ha'odam shechias hakel mimenu yizbarach. A person makes a bracha, that's a recognition that everything has chias from the Eibishter in it. Al yidei zeh yuchel is galas hakedusha. That cracks open and allows the gilui of the kedusha that there is inside. Shegam sheyena, even though he's going to be nana, he's not going to be moil. He's not going to take it for himself. He's going to be attached to the kedusha that's in the chayfetz. He's not taking it away. We didn't learn that piece. We'll learn later something like it. The osuli migdash. v'shachanti v'soicha. Says the Sfasemes, for osuli migdash, and everything that a person does, by recognizing that it's kodesh, and everything in the world is kodesh from the Eibishter, that makes the v'shachanti. It's the recognition that's megala, the kedusha that's in this chayfetz, in this maisa, v'oz niten liad ha'odam. Then it's given liad ha'odam. Nachamol. He's saying, v'oretz nosan levnei odam. If a person makes a bracha and he recognizes that the Eibishter is the boire and there's kedusha and everything that there is, that recognition opens up the kedusha in the zach, and then the Eibishter gives it to him. He gets it from the Eibishter. After the bracha, the Eibishter gives it to him. Yeah. Uvi Gemara, Kli Gitech is possible. More in Gittin, yeah. So, husband says to his wife to get on the karka, put it on the floor, pick it up. It's possible. It's not v'nosan. It says v'nosan miyad liyad. Cain, if it says ha'oretz nosan levnei odom al yidei ha'bracha she'yedei shemimenu yizborach ve'enu leikeach me'atzmo, he's not taking it. He can't take it. It's not his. So that recognition, then the Eibishter Taka gives it to him. He gets it from the Eibishter. Aval oz nema v'nosan levnei odom aval leikeach me'atzmo. A leikeach takes. He doesn't take. It's given to him, it's handed to him. The bracha makes a connection. Ki yadua, the Eibishter punished the Nachash, and the Nachash has its mazen wherever it goes. It doesn't get it from the Eibishter. By making a bracha, we get the food from the Eibishter straight. I'm going to skip, it's a bit of the same point, but a little bit broadened. In the next column, the third piece, or the second nu diba hamasel in the second column. Avi Ovi Zikeni, Meiri v'Rebbe Zal Higid, the second Avi Ovi. The Chedush Sherim said that the Meir Brochis b'chol yoyim, every day we're supposed to make Meir Brochis. It's the Rabbanon de Ketakona, Gemor Menachos. Heim neged Meir Adonim. They are connected 100 Adonim. Be'etzem says in the Rekeach HaTorah already this word. Meya Adonim. Now Adonim is from Lashon Adnos. To be makir the Odoim. Shehoyu Yisoid HaMishkan. The 100 Adonim were the Yisoid, the foundation that kept up the Mishkan. The sockets that held the Kroshim in place. Cain as Korah Shmo Yizborach, mentioning the Eibishter's name. That's the yisoid of Ashros Hashchina in the person. Uvi Gemara. The Gemara says in Menachos Mem Gimel Amid Beis. It's a Meir's member. It says in Posik, Mo Hashem Elikecha Shoyel Me'imach. In Parshos Eikev, Mo Hashem Shoyel Me'imach. Right? What is the Eibishter asking of you? Ki im liyira. So the Gemara says, Al tikri mo. Gemara says a drasha, there's a teacher there what the drasha is based on. Al tikri mo. Don't read mo. You could read it and draw out the word a little bit and read it meya. It's the 100 brachas that the Eibishter is asking of you, because that brings a person to Yiras Shamayim. The Rambam in Hilchos Brachos says that the yisoid of a bracha is to bring a person to Yiras Shamayim. If a person says 100 times a day and he hears what he's saying, Baruch Atah Hashem B'Loshen Loichach, that's going to bring him to Yira. So that's Mo Hashem Lekech Hashem Imach Ki Im LeYira. The Meir Brachas will bring a person to Yira. Now let's say what he says. The Isa. Ki Hashem ha'oretz u'maloya, the pasuk he brought before the Chazal, then it says, Va'oretz nasan livnei odom. And the two different psukim. One pasuk says, Hashem ha'oretz, and one pasuk in Halal, both are in Tehillim, both psukim. One is the beginning of Tehillim, Chav Dalet, and one is in Halal. Va'oretz nasan, kan koydem bracha kanum. So this we just learned before, Va'pirish ki im yoidin, shu shel Hashem yizborach. If a person is makir, that this belongs to Hashem, Vel Hashem ha'oretz, kifi yediyah zu, niten leha'adam. To the extent of that yediyah, the Eibishter hands it to him, kaviyachal. He gets it straight from the Eibishter. The madreges. V'aviyav iskeni meir v'revi zal pirish. Shenasa mitzvosei acha habrocha. Shalom du Shabbat. There's a klal in Hilchas Me'ilah that something that was hegdish, once it was nasis mitzvah, so the mitzvah was done with the zach, what was to be used for, ain't mo'elim, but you're not mo'el anymore. That's the klal. That's the exception from the Sanhedrin. But like this, all over we say, a davar shenasis mitzvah is ain't mo'elim by. So the Chidush Shirim says, before you make a bracha, you're mo'el. It's hegdish, it belongs to the Eibishter. What happened after you made the bracha? After you made the bracha, it's nasis mitzvah. Because the Eibishter created it for that purpose, that a person should be makir, that there's a boire. So it's nasis mitzvah. The mitzvah, the function that was created for, was accomplished. It's beautiful, the hair. Before that, there's me'ilah. After the bracha, there's no me'ilah. Why not? Because it's nasis mitzvah. Pirish and nasa mitzvah acha bracha shekol kavana sabriya leidik yehu mimeni yizborach. So it's nasis mitzvah. That's why the me'ilah is off. Ulekach koydem habracha mal. But after the bracha, there's no more me'ilah. Ayin shom. Ki habracha shemevara ha'odem shakol mimenu yizborach. The bracha is that a person's mevara that everything is from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ve'al yedei zeh nidbak hadover b'shershay. By being mevara that, he attaches the zach to its source, to the original source, to the Borei Olam. Ve'nimshach bracha be'emes l'dova hahu liyos nitin laha'odam be'emes ata. Through the bracha, you bring bracha to the zach, and you get it straight from the Eibishter. Now, with the bracha, you're getting it to the Eibishter, but he's doing bechad or something. He wants you to do the hair. It's not pshat. If you make the system is that if you make a bracha, you're allowed to take it. After making the bracha, it's nosan. There's an asina from the Eibishter, and that in itself is a bracha. Yeah, many people go to a Rebbe to get something straight from the Rebbe's hand. When you make a bracha, you're getting it straight from the Eibishter. By making the bracha, you're connecting it to the Sheirish, and it's being delivered to you now. V'chein b'Shabbos Kodesh, hu b'Chasimei HaShavua. Shabbos Kodesh is the bracha from the whole weeks of Aveda, K'moshe Kosev, Vayivorech, Vayikadesh. Ki b'Shabbos is the same nekuda. Shabbos we are made, that the Eibishter created the world. Ki b'Shabbos me'idim b'nei Yisrael al shakol chiyas Hashem Yisborach. V'ayedei zeh nimshech memekar achayim bracha al kol shavua. Through that, we draw bracha for the whole week. K'moshe Kosev, K'moshe Omru, it's a lashon of the Zohar Kodesh, minei mizbochen kol shita yom. Al tikri mo elameya. Now he's coming back to the drasha Chazal. Al tikri mo elameya. What's mo? Mo is bittul, right? V'nachnu mo. Moshe and Aaron said v'nachnu mo. The Gemara says that's even a bigger bittul than Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu said ofa ve'efa. It has some amoshos. Nachnu mo, the total bittul. Mo Hashem Elokecha Asher me'imach. He's touching the droshes and have a pshat. Mo means the Eibishter asks you to be mevatel yourself. That's a bittul. I don't own this. I didn't make it. There's a boirei. Can't just take from this world. So there's a bittul, and if you make a mo, you know what's going to happen? You're going to bring the Aleph into the world. The Aleph is the Eibishter. That's how he's teaching the drasha. Not everybody notices it, but when you read the words, you'll see that's what he says. Al tikimo elameya hu al yedei bittul laHashem yizborach b'chol hanefesh al yedei zeh yizkel izdabek ba'achdus Hashem yizborach. That's the Aleph. The Aleph is the achdus Hashem yizborach. Al tikimo elameya. through the bittul from more, you zeiche to be mamshech the Eibishter into the Zach. Bekitzer.
Once the mitzvah is done, there's no need. The way there should be nothing.
You don't need takah. You don't need. But that's a separate zach. Because once you mizdabek it b'shesh, the bracha accomplishes his dabkes b'shesh. That in itself, it's a bonus. It's not mitzvah. The be'etzem the gross says this also on the Shlach Kodesh. It's a nekuda that's kedai to realize that there's nutrients in food, kiyadua, right? You could swallow food, and you get all the nutrients. I tell you should chew your food. You should eat it slow, not stop. You have to get out the nutrients in the food. In every machal, there's ruchnius as well, right? In every machal, there's ruchnius. So the svara machal is the gematria of both Shemos, Havaya Adna, Tzadik Aleph, whatever. It's a pasuk in the Torah. It's not Kabbalah. Ki lo yad alechem levada yichya adam ka kol mitzvah pi Hashem yichya adam. There's a mitzvah pi Hashem. The Eibishter said, made this, and there's ruchnius in it. But you could swallow it, and you don't connect to the ruchnius, right? Well, how do you connect to the ruchnius that there is in the machal? That's the bracha. The bracha opens up. It opens up the ruchnius that's in the machal that you could connect to it. Mele, it's a different. That's called achila of b'kedusha. Achila b'kedusha is a different achila. You're connecting to the Dvar Hashem. Get to the Grobbi is at that point. It's lefi bracha. Not every bracha is opens up the same. The better the bracha, the more the kavanah in the bracha, the more you're opening up what's inside. It wouldn't be so strange to hear, but maybe now we hear these things better, that the machal also hears your bracha. It's not true. We're very megushim people. We don't hear the halvas Hashem as the haaretz and the eitz and pri-eitz are all meshabeach the Eibishter. We think it's lav dafka. It's a metzias. It could be taka. The bracha mamish opens up. It goes into the peri and takes what it has to take. Al kol ponim. There's a zach in the bracha. Right. So the nekuda was, and says in the Reikeach Halatah, that's the Meir bracha. This is like the Ma'as Adonim. I want to see the piece before now, so we'll connect it to the Chodesh as well. Avia v'iskeini Meir v'Rebbe zal higed al Chodesh Ador. Why is it called Chodesh Ador? Shemesh Chadoshim Ololam Mibovel. It's mentioned in Megillas Esther, the name of the Chodesh. What does it come? Where does the Chodesh come from? The name of the Chodesh. He says, Al pi ha-medrash hanal. We didn't see the medrash yet. We'll soon see it, but we can say it right now. The medrash says, a moshel to a melech who married the moshel of Matan Torah. The Eibishter gave Klal Yisrael the Torah. It says, a moshel, a melech married off his daughter, a princess, to some kind of prince from a different country. And after the marriage, he said, "Listen, I can't depart from my daughter. But I can't take her away from you. So zu toiva seili. I'm asking you one favor. Wherever you go, kitain echad aseli. Kitain is spelled kuf yud tes vav nun. Make for me a small little room that I could come whenever I want to. I'm going to come live with you. Not a full departure. Make me a small room. Chazal is saying that's the Eibishter gave the Torah, but the Eibishter said, Kitin echad aseli. Wherever you go, whatever you do in this world, we'll soon see. Kitin echad aseli. Make some room for the Eibishter too. And every meister that a person does, remember the Eibishter as well. Bekitzer. We'll get to that soon. So the Chiddush says that the name Ador connects to that motion. Eder, it comes from the word Eder Beinechem. I'm going to live amongst you. Make a dira for the Eibishter. Make a dira for the Eibishter. By the way, tonight is Gimel Ador. Yeah? Gimel Ador, I know we don't learn Tanakh so much later, but the Gemara in the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, and that's Beis Amid Beis, the Gemara brings a pasuk that V'sheitzia Beisia Hodein, that Bayis Sheni was completed on Gimel Ador. The Gemara brings Feirish Gemara, it's a pasuk, that Gimel Ador was the completion of Bayis Sheni. So you see, I'm Kolponim, that Ador is the month where Bayis Sheni was completed. So Lashon of Dira, make a Dira for the Eibishter. That's what this Chodesh is miyuchet for, to make a Dira for the Eibishter. And as we said before, he says it a little bit soon here also, Adar has 3 letters. The Aleph is the Eibishter. That's the Aleph from Meah, we said before. The Dalet and the Reish both stand for, they have a taich. Dalet is Dalos, a Dal, poor person. And Reish is also a Rosh. Reish is an impoverished person. In other words, to feel that the person, I have nothing on my own, everything I have is the Eibishter's. That's why it says, Kitun Echad Aseli doesn't just mean a small room. You have to feel the katnus that we are Tanim, Klapi the Eibishter. Make a Kitun. And that's what this Chodesh is all about. It's not clear, just a few words regarding the Chodesh. It's not really clear. There's 13 Chadoshim, yeah? There's 13 Chadoshim this year, and it's Shnasa Ibo. Question is, which is the 13th? The 13th is really Adar Sheni, in the number it ends up the 13th. But all the Dinei Adar, the second one has. So you could look at the first one. The first Adar is the one that's the extra one. It's really a Shaila in Yerushalmi, it's a Yisraelistic Shaila, which is called the extra one. The first one is the extra one. He's the guest, he's the extra Chodesh, or the 13th is the extra Chodesh. Right? It is only 12 mazolas, so which one is the Chodesh that has no mazal? Parshos is the 13th. Not clear which one is the 13th of the Chadoshim. Al Kolpanim is very bekitzer. In the Shnasa Ibo, we mentioned before, there's 6 weeks, Shuvavim, we talked about it. He made Tshuva. In the original Mekoros, so the Shalakos brings the main idea of Shuvavim was Dafka Shnasa Ibo. Later they extended it and they made it on all the years. But the Etzem Shnasa Ibo in particular has a shaykhis to Tshuva. Either for some reason in Shnasa Ibo there's Dinam, some Lashon Evra, some Mishnah in Brachas, a Lashon of Evra is Chas. It's Aber Hashem Bil Mamchem. And Mele, it's a time for Tshuva to make sure that there shouldn't be Dinam on Klal Yisrael. When a person takes his own discipline in his own hand, Chazal say, Yesh din lamata, ein din lamala. The Schorr explains what's the shaykhis to Shnasa Ibo. The whole Shnasa Ibo is to make sure that the Chadshei Alavana don't run far away. You won't have Aviv. You learn it out from Aviv. That the Levana had a different mahalach than the Chama, came because the Levana had a taina. Right? The Gemara says Achun. The Levana had a taina, and he said, Ein shnei malachim mishtamshim b'keser echad. He wants to have his own He doesn't want to just be able to cobble the from the Chama. He wants to have his own light. And for that, the Eibush said, not only you're not going to have your own l'chiyu miyati atzmech. The Levana became a smaller, more and smaller cycle, the whole different system. Memela, that's what's called the chet from the Levana. The chet from the Kitrug HaLevana went into the Bria a little bit. That a person doesn't want to be misbatel. The Levana didn't want bittel. Can't be misbatel myself totally to the Chama. He wanted to have his own identity, his own something for himself. And that's the aside from most Chaton is a chisaron in being mevatel our Ratzon to the Ratzon Hashem. And a chisaron being mekabel the shefa from the Eibishter only for the purpose that it was given for. Memel, it says man for tshuva on that nekuda. It says man for tshuva from chet, and shnas for evil. It's interesting just to note. I think this Vasemis and the Lekuta makes this observation that the one who was Isaac in Iber Hashana, the Gemara says in Sanhedrin Yud Beis, was Shmuel HaKotten. Shmuel HaKotten was Isaac in Iber Hashana. He was a big boki in Iber Hashana. It's interesting that the same Shmuel HaKotten, the Gemara says in Brachas, he made bichas for Amalshinim. Right? The bracha from Amalshinim, the Gemara says Shmuel HaKotten made it. The bracha from Amalshinim is the 13th bracha that they were Meisef. Also a Hisofa. There's Yud Beis bracha so is, and then they were Meisef for 13. So it's just you have to work it out. That was the Ha'ora. Very interesting. The Hisofa of the 13th Chodesh and the Hisofa of the 13th bracha are both by Shmuel HaKotten and Al Kolpon, they're both the same Nekuda. It's the Akiras Hara that there is in the Bria. The Mamal Shirim Al Tei Sikra. Is the Hara that there is in the Bria, there shouldn't have a tikva. We want to be Misak in the Olam, back. That's the Yisrael from Iber Shana as well. Al Kolponim, it's Mistaba. How did I get to here now? Why not? It's Ado. But the Maisa, the Yisrael has to do with Koton. Right? The Yisrael has to do, the problem all began because the Mera Koton didn't want to be a Koton. He didn't want to be subservient and be Mekabel the earth from the Chama. Right? The Rebbe said that his Einish was, it became even smaller. But the Daike Shmuel HaKotten was zeicher to the name of Shmuel HaKotten, that he made this tikkun from Iber Hashana. Iber Hashana is the tikkun of Katnos, correct? That's the Kitin Echad.
Doesn't it say in Sanhedrin that Shmuel HaKotten would merit all of the Gula, but his generation wasn't righteous enough? Sanhedrin Yud Aleph.
It said that what?
About Shmuel HaKotten, that a bunch of people went to discuss Yibur HaChodesh, and
the
Rebbe said there's one extra, and he said it.
That's the sugya I'm talking about, right?
So it says there would have been Geula in his days, but his generation wasn't worthy.
Okay, good. It's showing how great he was. But with his greatness, he was a cotton. The cotton doesn't mean that he was maxed in himself. That's why he was zeicher to the tikkun. Shmuel HaKotten says in Pirkei Avos, "B'nefeir lo yivcha al tismach." Davke. Right? He meant l'shem shemayim. He didn't have any nigia atzmiyas in the b'nefeir lo yivcha in the B'lam Moshe. Al Kopanim, it seems that's the avodah of these chadoshim of ador. That's a kiton echad, to be maked in ourselves, to be mevatl ourselves, and be maked that we are dalam and roshim. That's the tikkun of this in Chodesh Ador, in particular when it's a shnas ha'ibor. That's what I wanted to say. The Mashah in Sanhedrin over there says, same daf Yud Beis. Mashah says, his Yud Beis Chadoshim, the two, and Hilchos Reish Chodesh brings from his brother, that just like the three Moyados are connected to Avos. That's a medrash in last week's Parsha, Parshos Mishpatim. On the pasuk Sholosh Regolim Tochig Li Bashana, the medrash says Mikan that the three Regolim are connected the three Avos. Now who knows Pshat in the medrash? Where does it say in Sholosh Regolim Tochig Li Bashana? There's no other Pshat in the medrash. They say like that on the side, because the word Tochig is the midas of the three Avos. Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet. Or else the medrash has a trouble. Where does it say in the words Tochig Li Bashana? That has to do with the others. There's a remes there in the Tochig. Al Kolpon to the Torah brings the medrash and he says that's the Gemara Golem. The Yud Beis Chadoshim are connected to the Yud Beis Shvatim. We talk about many times. Parshos, it's assumed that at least in a regular year, according to the Golem, Adar is Naphtali. We're not getting into that this minute. Adar is Naphtali. The Mashal says in a Shnasa Ivo, when there's 13 months, it's Yosef. Then it's Yosef because we find two things. Mazel Adar is Dogim. By Yosef it says V'yidgu l'roi v'kerev ha'aretz, so says the Mashal. And Yosef is the only one of the Shvatim who split into two. So, and this is the only Chodesh that splits into two. So the Kitzur has a shaykhis to Ephraim and Menashe. So it says in the Mashal that when there's two Adars, at least when there's two Adars, it's Ephraim and Menashe. Now there's a question, a big question in this Svarim, which probably has to do with the same Shaila. Which one is Ephraim and which is Menashe? Is the Ada Aleph Ephraim? Is Ada Aleph Ephraim and Ada Beis is Menashe? Or the other way around? Or Menashe is Ada Aleph and Ephraim is Ada Beis? That is the Shaila. By Yosem, yeah. So, I'm just saying very quickly. Most, I think, assume that the Seder that Yaakov Avinu was Masad and the Torah followed him. The Eibishter is masking to Yaakov is the word Ephraim before Menashe. So then it should come out that Ephraim is before Menashe. Then Ephraim is before Menashe. Then Ada Aleph is Ephraim. By Ephraim, it says in the Pasuk, Ki hu hakotan. Emes? By Ephraim it says, Torah uses the Lashon over there, he is the cotton. Chazal say even afterwards, even Yaakov gave him precedence, he was still maktin himself. He stayed a cotton. Yeah, the Balatas Kane Balatesa says that Ephraim is from Lashon Eifeh, off of Eifeh was bottom. So we're going with that gang, then Mistaba, it fits if you're learning that the Aleph is the cotton chodesh, is the Shmula cotton chodesh. So it's Ephraim. Tzaddik insists, he doesn't say, we shouldn't use the word insist. He says Mistaba, but he holds that it's not like that. He holds that since it's Yosef's chodesh, Taki Yankov gave Ephraim first, but Yosef held sich by seins, and Yosef makes Menashe first. And he holds it's Mistaba to say, first of all, Yeshua came from Ephraim, and Yeshua is the one who was Leichem with Amalek. And the Ikar Mechias Amalek is another Sheni. So he's stark that Menashe, or the Rishon, is Menashe. It's Yodua that Menashe and Ephraim, one of them is Sumerah, one is Asay Tov. Right? That's accepted, come out in all the Psalm again. Bashani Elikimi Kol Amole, Sumerah. And that's Asay Tov. So that comes up to Shaila, which are in the Avodah of the Chadashim, which one is Asay Tov and which one is Sumerah. So again, the Tzaddik says over here, Menashe comes first and Ephraim is second. Right? And that Mustama will go good that the second Chodesh is the cotton, is the Ikka, is the Yud Gimor. And the other Mahalach is, my Kamat, all the other Psalm go that Ephraim is first. Sumerah is, because the Asay Tov is first, and then the second Adar, Mechias Amalek, is the Avodah from Sumerah, that's Menashe. The two Mahalchim. I'm going to end, not going to end this year because I want to learn it. We're getting too involved. But the Ma'aseh word that you should know, famous word, says in the Pasuk, Yehuda said to his father, when they were stuck and they didn't go up to Mitzrayim, they didn't want to send Binyamin, it says, Ki lulei hisma'amonu. If we wouldn't have wasted our time over here, we could have been back twice already, just to push the time. The Taich Shkala, I can't remember from who it originates, this Taich. It's earlier, some say it's from the Baal Shem Tov, but I don't think so. It says that Ki lule his mamon, or lule is Eishis Elul. And if we were late in Elul, and we delayed our tshuva, Ki ata shavnu. So now is a good time for tshuva. When? Zeh pamoyim. When the 12th month is twice. When you have 12 months, it's mesugel for tshuva. The Sloan bring out, you could say different. You don't have to touch like that. When there's 2 12s, you could say in the 12th month, it's easier to do tshuva. You can do double because Sloan bring Elul's tshuva meir and Ador's Hoda Kiblu, and from Avos Hanes, the Gemara says it's Truvah Me'ava. Truvah Me'ava is easier to do, but it's not as heavy. Truvah Me'ir is heavy. Maybe not everybody connects to it. Bizmaneinu, surely not. But daytime Zepamayim, when the Chodesh Hayud Beis is doubled. It's interesting to note that in the Torah it says again, one more time it says Zepamayim. It says that Esav said, "Vayakveini ze pamoyim." Yaakov got me twice. As b'charosi lokach, he bought my b'cher and now he took my brachas. I'll call upon him. So, if you're going that ze pamoyim is a reference to double adors, it goes along with what the Mashal says there in Masechta Sanhedrin that this chaydish is mesugel to be menatzeach over Edom. Edom counts to the Chama. This is the koyach that's mashva the Levana. Let's say in the Masha. I'll go upon him. That would go along with the Vayakveni. Let's see this piece inside first, and then I want to learn something at least. Yeah. Aviyavis Keni Zal Meir Rebbe Higel Al Chodesh Ador Al Shem Hamedu Shanal VeEdor B'Neichem VeRak B'Tnai. It has to be Kiton Echad. If you want the Eivishter should live with you, you have to be makir that everything is Hashem's and we are nothing of our own. K'moisha Omer Gemon Seite by Gassos, Eina Niva Hu Yecholem Lodo. The Eivishter says, I can't live with you. So if the Eivishter can't live with you, it's not Ador. Ador demands kitain echad. That's his word here. He doesn't say it out so stark, but it demands the kitain dafke. The shame Ador. What's the shame of Ador? It's made up of 3 aces. An aleph. That's the aleph. That's the Eibishter. And there's a dal and a rosh. A dal and a resh. If a person is a dal and a rosh, he's dovik in the yechidei shel olam. The 13th Chodesh Schorr Gematria Echad. Ki haklal, the klal, an important klal in Yiddishkeit. Bechol davar yesh nekuda chiyas mimenu yisbarach. That's the Metzias. And everything there's chiyas of the Eibishter or won't, or else it couldn't exist. Ki Moshe Amu ein lecha davar she'ein lo mokim. And we know Baruch HaMokim Baruch Hu, we refer to the Eibishter as Mokim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu nikra mekoimei shel olam ve'ein olamoi mekoimei ukefi ma sheyodim, to the extent that we realize she'ein mokim l'shum dover rak mimenu yisbarach, nothing has a mokim, nothing has a place b'chlal without the Eibishter's chiyas. Kefi zeh niskala ha'pnimiyus kanal. Big yesod that he keeps on saying over and over. The pneumius could stay closed. To open up the pneumius, and a person should connect and be makir, be margish. The presence of the Eibishter is totally in how much the Eibishter, how much the person is makir that. To the extent that you makir it, it opens up the haloma. V'hu mekoimei shel olam, lefi ma she'eina helam v'yahestem mokim b'fnei atzmai. It's not Agav that he used the Lashon Helam. He, as usual, learns that that's the word Olam means. Olam means things are concealed. In the Helam, in Olam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Mekoimei Shel Olam. In the Halama, there's the Eibishter. And the more a person realizes that, the more the Helam disappears. Right? Ki Moshe Kosav Eshkein Estaka. The Eibishter is sheichen with somebody who holds himself small. That's the Chodesh Ador is miyuchet for that. And that's how you bring Hashloas Hashchina. I'm going back to the second piece in the first column. We tried to finish that piece, but Eivishter would help me. Yeah. B'medrash. There are beautiful medrashim in this parsha about the chashivas of Torah. V'yikchu li Trumah. The Balatura already over here. Actually, it's a Zohar Kodesh in the beginning of the parsha. That Trumah is the easiest Torah mem. And it connects to the last pasuk in Parshos Mishpatim. Parshos Mishpatim ended Vayhi Moshe Bahor Arba'am Yoim V'Arba'am Loila V'yikru li Trumah. V'yikru li Trumah. What was the person? Kipshutai. What was the purpose of the Mishkan? The first Ramban in the Parsha is a small introduction. It wasn't to bring Kabbalas. To bring Kabbalas is the Chatzah. They didn't bring Kabbalas inside the Mishkan. The Iker Mishkan was when I added the Elach Hashama. The Abish are going to give the rest of the Gilui of Torah. And now he has to give over the Torah to Klal Yisrael. That took Mem Shana to give it over in the end. But the Mishkan was the place where the Shechina will be Sheireh and the Torah will be given to Klal Yisrael, just like on Har Sinai. The Ramban beautifully Bekitzer, but he says if you look carefully on the psukim from Mafte Parshas Mishpatim till the end, and you look at the psukim from Mafte Parshas Pekudei till the end, you'll see striking resemblance. The description of Maimon HaSinai B'Shas Matan Torah and the description of the Ashros HaShechina on the Mishkan. Because it's really, it's a continuation of Har Sinai. Low key, like that wasn't so begoli, but it's the same hemshech of Maimon HaSinai in the Mishkan. That's the pshuta. The Trumah was to build a Mishkan, kipshutai, where the Torah that was nitna in Mem Yom will be continuously given over to Klal Yisrael. That's the pshuta. So the Medrash goes into this v'yikru and brings a pasuk in Mishlei that we say often. Lekach tov ki lekach tov nasati lechem teirasi al tazevu. So Chazal say, what does al tazevu mean? Al tazevu what? Parshos you learn ki lekach tov nasati lechem teirasi al tazevu. Don't leave my Torah. Chazal say al tazevu es hamekach, which literally means don't stop taking. There's so much to take from Torah. You never finish. Whatever you need, you could take from the Torah. And Chazal say, Yesh lecha mekach. So if you buy Zov, then you have Zov. You don't have silver. The Torah has all the different types of commodities. It doesn't mean a Gashmias. Yesh be Zov, Yesh be Kesef, Yesh be Sadas, Yesh be Kromim. You could take whatever you need. In every aspect of Avodas Hashem, you find everything in the Torah. Yikruli. You could take me from the Torah that was given in Mem. That's what the Medrash is saying. From the Torah which was given in Mem, you could take me in every aspect of life. You could take the Eibishter and be dovek in the Eibishter and know how to lead your life. Then the Medrash says, Yesh lecha mekach. Sometimes you have a purchase, and any day a malokach. You don't know what you took. You don't know how precious it was. How do you know how precious it was? A beautiful Medrash. Medrash says, Mischa hasarsu. You go and you find out how much the agent got. If you know how much the agent got, you can figure out how much the sale was. So the Medrash says, Moshe Rabbeinu, it says, Kikor an pnei Moshe b'davle itoi. Moshe Rabbeinu's whole radiance of his face from taking the Torah, so from the schar that the sarsu got, the agent schar, you could figure out what the Torah is all about. And then the Medrash says, Yesh lecha mekach. Did you ever hear a purchase that the moiche is nimke imay? That the moiche comes along? The moiche is going to come and help you. You bought a car, he's going to come the next day, he's going to show you how to drive it, he's going to take you for a drive. It doesn't matter. He's sold is sold. The Eibishter comes along with the mekach. The Eibishter will help you get what you have to get from that mekach. That's one pshat. There's other pshat, and the moiche is nimke imay, the dveikus with the Eibishter. It's a beautiful Medrash. Pirish HaMedrash, ki ha'ikeh ha'lekicha tamid mechodosh. That's what he learned. Al tazevis ha'mekach. The ikeh is constantly to take. Lahasig b'Torah tomid ad ein shir v'seif. Ki hakol yesh b'Torah. Everything you can find in the Torah. Moshe Kosav Torah Hashem Tamima. It's a wholesome thing. Everything is there. V'ad shezoicha lireis ki ein lahasig imkei HaTorah. He takes and he takes and he takes until he comes to the hakor that's impossible to get to the bottom of it. V'oz kishayire v'yoven oimek HaTorah. That means any day of malokach he learns. He can't get to the end of it. Once he comes to that point, the Eibishter will be with him. A person has to, first of all, he has to continue to look for more and more. Never to be complacent. There's so much more to take, so much more to grow. This only goes, maybe goes in English also. In Yiddish you say, "Men nimmt sich zu etwas." That's in Yiddish. You take it, maybe you use it in English too, you take yourself to something. So he says, "V'yikru" means constantly sich zu nehmen. Every day to take yourself anew. Not just v'yikru means take more, but apply yourself fresh every time new. It goes better in Yiddish. He always should feel that he's still outside, he still didn't get into it. He's still not in there yet. The Chazal were medaktik and all the Mefarshim talk about it. Why does it say v'yikruli? They're giving, they're not taking. Now the pshutei, we're never supposed to forget pshutei. Pshutei, Chazal learn, it means this gabon, the gaboid stocker, went around collecting, so that's the v'yikru. They are taking. But in the pshutei, it goes on the Klal Yisrael. The Klal Yisrael are giving, not taking. Al pi masha pasha, you can learn al pi masha kosav. It says by Rus. Normally, Rus said her isha asher sisi imoy. The Doshu Chazal that the oni does more for the balabayis than the balabayis does for the oni. Yoisem shebalabayis oisem oni ono oisem imoy. He's mezakeh him with the mitzvah tzedakah. That's one pshat. Equally, when you're giving, you're really taking. If you're giving to the Eibishter, you're taking, not giving. Acha emesu, ki tzorech liyais alekicha mikol davar, rak letzorech hanesina elav yizbach. There's another message over here. Whatever you take from this world shall be aldas to give something to the Eibishter from it. That's why you're taking. V'zeh v'yikru li, big avodas Hashem, shekol pa'ula u'maisa, every pu'ul and every action that a person decides to do it, he wants to do it and be involved in it, he should chap that the ik is to do it for the Shem Shemayim. It's a mission of us, it's a hard one. Whatever you're taking from this world should be to give me Trumah. Take off something for the Eibishter. That's what he's saying. If that's his kavan in every undertaking and everything that he does, all the things that he does help him. The achis will be matzliach if the reishis was good. The Trumah is called the reishis. The first thought, when you're planning to do it, you remembered, I want to do it, and the Eibishter should have nachas from what I'm doing. I'm taking it in order to give to the Eibishter. By doing so, it's really the small simon in Shulchan Aruch, simon reish lamed aleph, kol masecha, kol kamanei secha, yir l'shem shemayim. That's what life of a Yid is all about. It's not easy, but one has to work on it, at least to give a little to the Eibishter. We paskin chita achas peiteres esakri. By Trumah, even if you take a little bit, mamash amashu, the whole tree is potter. Same thing is in Avodas Hashem. A person has to start at least in everything that he does. Give a small, make a kita and echad. A little presence of the Eibishter should be there, at least a little. From everything you do, take a Trumah. Mamish lahoram hakel elov. Idea froshes dova mikol meisav lishmoy yisparach. Yeah, I don't want to go too much further. I'm going to see one more small piece just to cover Shabbos. It's late. The last piece. I thought we could do more. The last piece on the page. Be'inyan ha-menorah, shloisha knei menorah mitzido ha'echad. Yeah, so all the Svarim say, Kva kesafti b'mokem acher, kehu remes lebchinas haShabbos. The menorah is a remes to Shabbos. There's 3 konim from one side, to Gemara in Gittin, Ayin Zion. There's 3 days before Shabbos, and there's 3 days after Shabbos. The middle is Shabbos. Shabbos is the center, the Merkaz. Kehu remes menorah with the Miloi is the Gematria of Shabbos. Kehu remes lebchinas haShabbos. Shaboyim is Gala Ur HaTorah. Shabbos is a Gili of the Ur HaTorah. The menorah, the Gemara says, is a remes to Torah. Lachein yesh bekriyas HaTorah u'mispashet ha'oros HaTorah l'chol sheishes me'amayis. The yesh shishes sedorim b'Torah. What are the shishes sedorim? Torah is Hashem Tumima, Edis Hashem Namona, v'heim drochem meyuchodim al pi HaTorah. The Guf HaMenorah, who etzem HaTorah. So there's the Guf HaMenorah, that's the Torah itself, and the 6 konim are 6 different amudim, sidorim in Torah. That makes the Shisha Siddur Mishnah as well. V'hinei hoya chov beis geviyim. Rashi makes the cheshbon, there was 22 cups. The whole kona and every kona, 6 konim, every kona had 3. That's 18, and the menorah had, the Guf HaMenorah, Rashi says, the middle centerpiece had 4 konim. Nira HaRemes, Ki b'chav beis oisis HaTorah bara HaKadosh Baruch Hu Olamai. The Eibishter created his world with 22 oisis. L'chein yesh b'chol yoyim oisis miyuchadim, shehayoyim oimed alayim. Every day has its oisis. B'gimel oisis heim b'chenes shloisha avos. Every day has 3 oisias. There's 3 geviyim on each corner. The corner represents a day. A geviyah represents a ois. Geviyah is the gematria of peh. Gimel oisias and bechinas shloisha avos. Shebekoyach kol echad meya ois meyuchad. L'chein yesh gimel tfilis b'chol yom. Every day there's 3 tfilis. Chazal said tfilis avos tikman. That's the 3 geviyim on each corner. 3 pairs, 3 opening of the mouth, 3 oisias, you could say it his way. Over Shabbos Kodesh, there's 4 geviyim, because on Shabbos we have 4 tefillas. Bechinas Musaf, Hishtatvus Yosef at Tzadikim Ha'ovis, Yosef Musaf Bechinas Yosef. Ve'isa b'Zohar Kodesh. I just want you to hear this for a minute to see how much we don't know. The Zohar Kodesh in this week's parasha, a long Zohar Kodesh. It goes on the Zemeh of Shabbos, which Anshe Knesset HaGedolah were misakin, that on Shabbos, in the Birchas Krishma, we don't say what we say every day, right? We say Keil Odom. Every day we say Keil Baruch Gedol Deya Heichen Ufal Zorech Hama. We go with the Seder of the Aleph Beis, right? Chov Beis Oisius. On Shabbos, they put in Keil Odom instead. So the Zohar Kodesh is Marech, Sheyesh Bechov Beis Asma. There's 22 Oisius. Right? There's 22 Oisius, right? And Keil Odom is also 22 Oisius. But it goes a little bit different than Keil Baruch Yudel Deya. In the weekdays, every Ois gets 1 word per Ois. Shabbos is a hispashtus. There's more hispashtus of bracha. So every ois gets more than one, right? From the aleph to the base, there's more room. Keil odin al kol hamasim. Keil odin al kol hamasim is 5 words, right? So the Zohar Kodesh points out barichas. He just brings part of it. It's interesting to know what went into every little thing in davening. There's 22 letters. The atbash, meaning the 2 first are aleph base. Keil odin kol hamasim. Bo humevoirach befi kol haneshama. Right? They each one have 5. Then it goes down. By the next ones, Godloi V'Tuvei Mali Olam only has 4. Right? The last 2, Shevach Noisnem Loi Kol Tzva Mocha, has already 6. Right? And the top also, Schrofen, Chayes, Teferes, Ugdula, Schrofen, V'Chayes, V'Ifani HaKodesh. So the Zohar points all this out, that only those 4 letters, the Aleph and the Tov, and the Beis and the Shin, they have more pashtas than the other ones, the middle nish, because they connect Shabbos. So they connect Shabbos. First of all, you see it's the Isi Shabbata, right? It's a pella, what lives in every little thing. Never think about this. It's the Isi Shabbata. Easy Shabbat really means that Shabbos is the Chilo Shemayim and Oretz, is Aleph and the Tov and the Shin and the Beis. Think about it. L'akal ponem, the Zohar says, so there we have, it has its own 22 Oisius. Its own 22 words, because you have the first 2, Aleph and the Beis, each one has 5 words, it's 10. The Shin and the Tov has 6 words, it's 12, so it's 22. Shabbos has its own 22. Shabbos has its own. And the weekdays is already it's a different cheshbon. It's only 4 words per letter. That's what he's bringing away from the Zohar Kodesh. It's in this week's fashion. Bezema the Shabbos keil odoin sheish v'chol beis asfan. Ve'at bash beis arishonim v'achronim heim sheirish haShabbos. Those are the 4 oisies that belong to Shabbos. He said before, every day has oisies. Shabbos has 4 oisies. Which are the oisies of Shabbos? Atbash. Shabbata is the oisies of Shabbos. The Yesh B'Hem Atshmon, and they have Chav Beis Tevis. Umemela Hachai oisies shebe'emtza, the 18 letters in between, Heim Gimel oisies l'chol yom. They have 3 letters for each day. Misheshes me'em ma'aseh. K'moshe kasavti. V'hamaskel b'Zohar Kodesh. If you look inside the Zohar Kodesh, and you don't have to be afraid to open it up on Shabbos, surely, you'll understand it even more. Fine. Yeah?